CrownQualityProducts Incorporation. Art gallery owner, artist, designer, philanthropist, public speaker, and inventor. His most notable invention is the contour hairbrush that has now become a beautiful industry standard. I want to welcome you, Robert A. Watson, all the way from Detroit. Give him a hand.
Thank you, Pastor Morton. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. I'm very grateful to be here. I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to be here. I'm grateful that all of you all are here. So let's get started. So my name is Robert Watson. I am the inventor of the Contour Wave Brush, the 360 Gold Wave Brush. Before me, there was no curved brush. I went city to city, state to state selling these. It works great. It contours to the hair, so it's more bristles in contact. It pulls the hair. You can get waves a lot easier. Always, when I was younger, I had coarse hair, what they would call nappy hair. And I got teased for my hair being so coarse and nappy. Everybody had waves, and then I just started getting into waves when I was younger. So I wanted to make something that was easier for people to groom their hair. And it's sold phenomenally on Amazon. We've sold hundreds of thousands of these. We've sold tons of add-on products. We've told everything. And it's been a blessing to my life, and it's been God-inspired, and you will hear more about that. But it's just a brush.
The brush is good.
This is what it's about. This is your dream. This is you buying your mother a new car. This is your college. This is your future. This can be whatever you want it to be. Now, in this presentation, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you how I went from this to this. Now let me digress a little bit. I want to give you a little bit of a background about myself. I'm not used to holding mics. I talk pretty loud, but let me give you a little background about myself. Oh, let me change the slide. I'm sorry. Usually I'm a young person doing this. But when I was about 21 years old, up until that time, I ran the streets, I sold drugs, I ran the gamut of crime. I did checks, I had fake checks, I stole, I did everything. I stole from my parents, I was mean towards women, I did everything under the sun. I was in a fast way going nowhere fast. I remember one time I tried to sell my soul to the devil for a 96 Impala. I got on selling drugs. I was plugged in. People knew me on the streets. They said, "Hell, man, he plugged in." At 21 years old, I had a brand new Navigator. I had a Buick Regal on D's, and I had my own place. And I had no furniture in it. I was a total fake, phony fraud. We'd go to, it was a hood nick, a picnic, all like the neighborhood people from the main street, 7 Mile, everybody was there, I'm there, everybody looking at me like I'm the man. And I knew I was a fraud. I would spend my last money on a bottle of Moet at the club just to show off. I had fallen off. I made some money, but I had fallen off. I could barely read. I didn't have a driver's license. I took a shortcut in everything that I did. When I hit the bottom, I was an alcoholic and I started using drugs. I went from selling to using. When I hit the bottom floor, it was a trap door there. I stayed longer than I wanted to stay, and I went farther and did things I never thought I would do. And then one day, I walk into the store. I got some change out the couch and scraped it together. And I'm walking to the corner store to get me a 40 bottle. And I was crying in the inside. Something changed. I couldn't even get drunk anymore. And then so I walk to the store, I get the 40, and I'm walking back home. Every day was a great day. I didn't even go to sleep anymore. I was scared to sleep. Certain people are old. I was scared they was gonna kill me. I would dream about the penitentiary every night. And I ain't talking about dreams, some guy getting raped or some guy getting beat up or something like that. I'm talking about the melodic, me going to the the processing and things of that nature. So I stopped sleeping. But I'm walking to the store and I'm coming back and I'm crying on the inside. And when I get home, I get that 40 bottle, I crack it, and it was just like, I was sick and tired. It got sick and tired. I poured out that 40 in the drain, and I fell to my knees, and I started crying, and I was in a pool of tears. And I wasn't into the Bible. I wasn't into anything like that. I'm going to tell you my real testimony. Like the people talk about Jesus, and I'm saying, I don't believe in no white Jesus. I try to read the Bible, it sound like gobbledygook.
What?
Exactly. And then I fell to my knees. I'm crying, and I say, Jesus, come get me. It was like I was in the middle of the ocean, and I was going down fast. Like picture being in the middle of the ocean, and there's no land in sight. And you drowning, you going down fast. What are you going to do? I did what I heard other people say worked in their life. I called on the name of Jesus. Yahshua, whatever you want to call me. Yahweh. I called out to him. And then a peace came over me, and a neighbor came and testified to me. Said, Robert, you're a full-blown alcoholic at 21 years old. I lived my life so fast. And then I started seeking out how to go to the treatment center. I was so stone crazy. I would punch myself in the face. I would bang my head against the wall. But I'm telling y'all the unadulterated truth that a lot of people, you won't hear this. And so I ended up getting into this treatment center. And June 16, 2001, I entered the doors of the Eastwood Treatment Clinic, not knowing what to expect, but knowing I was willing to do anything to dissipate the pain and misery I had come to know so well. I go in there and I met a man that was the director. His name was Lee Drew. And Lee was a great man, an ex-heroin addict, been sober for years. And he wanted to make me president over the men in the treatment. So I'm like the youngest person there. And I was dad, and I always said, humility is the key to greatness, Robert. Humility is the key to greatness. And every morning to wake us up, he would blast the man in the mirror, 5 a.m. I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
I'm asking him to change his ways. Look in the mirror. That's your greatest enemy. That's what he would say. And so my counselor wanted me to go to what is called a halfway house. I said, well, it's 2 weeks and, I'm sobered up. I'm feeling good. I mean, before I went to treatment, I was in and out of AA. I was trying, but I couldn't. I would just always relapse. So I said, well, no, I'm good. I got it. I think I got it down. And then and it wasn't until I heard Lee Drew tell this story when he gave an open talk. And it changed my life forever. He told of a man, and he had a son. His son was about 5 years old. And the man's out in his tool shed. He's working on a project, doing some woodworking. And his son comes in there and says, Daddy, can you play with me? Can you play with me? And the father says, son, give me 30 minutes, and then I'll play with you. Let me finish this up. The boy goes out, comes back like 7 minutes later. Daddy, can you play with me? Can you play with me? The father like, look, just go back, go out, give me 20 minutes, and I'll play with you. Boy go out, then come back 3 minutes later. Daddy. The father says, look. And then he looked on the shelf. It was a puzzle. And it was a puzzle of the world, depicting the world, how it looked. He knew his son is 5 years old. He doesn't know what the world looks like. So he said, this will take him about 30, 40 minutes, and then after he's done, he can play. So he said, here, you put together this puzzle. After you complete it, then we can play. So he gave him the puzzle. He goes out, gave some cardboard to put it on, and then father gets to work. And then about 5 minutes later, he hears, Daddy. And he turns around and says, what? And the little boy got the puzzle put together. The puzzle of the world. And the father says, how did you put the puzzle of the world together so fast? You only 5. You don't know what the world looks like. The little boy said, well, on the other side of the puzzle was a picture of a man. I know what a man looks like. When I put him together, the world fell into place. Bam! Right then, I knew what I had to do. I had to put the man together. I was open to any suggestions. I ran to my counselor and I said, if you want me to go to the halfway house, now I have to stay there for 3 months or something. I said, I'm ready to go. Let's do it. So that started my journey into that next stage. I get to the halfway house and everybody's whispering about this halfway house, like there's something funny about it or something. So I get there and I'm sitting in the waiting room. It's a waiting parlor. Like it's 2 big houses on a big boulevard in Detroit that's put together. And I'm looking at the brothers coming, that's walking by. And I'm like, man, these brothers look like penitentiary cats. And then they find out, say, oh, it's MDOC, Michigan Department of Corrections. So there's people in there for murder, everything. There's people in there that's done been flogged. There's people that done dropped dirty, and they put them in there. And I'm like, oh man, I'm in here with all these cats. And they let certain special people come in there because it was a great program. And it was one of the greatest times in my life. It really was. And so I go through the program, and it was a counselor, and nobody wanted to get this counselor. Her name was Miss Middlebrooks. And I knew how God was being with my life at this time. I said, I'm probably going to end up getting Miss Middlebrooks. And I sure did. She was tough as nails. And she wouldn't let you leave out till like after 2 months. I was eager to leave out, eager to get back and hit the streets. I said, I'm not going to drink or nothing, but I ain't going to stop hustling because I ain't good at much of nothing else. I could read like at the 5th grade level. And so Miss Middlebrooks, I sat and met with her, and she said to me, she said, Robert, you've taken shortcuts all your life. Let me tell you something. You can either take a shortcut and get results, and you may get them quick,